What a beautiful morning. Sometimes when I wait too long to do these videos, the sunshine is so bright behind me it doesn't catch my face. Well, good morning. My name is Kristen Johnson. This is day 61 of 365 days of discovering me. And this is all about my journey of discovering more of me and putting aside addictions, distractions, and anything else that has kept me from getting in touch with more of who I am. And today, I'm reporting on day 61, and what a terrific day it was. My oldest daughter, is in town visiting with her boyfriend, and last night we got together, had barbecue, and salmon, and pork, and a bunch of yummy veggies, and just enjoyed each other's company. My mom came, my sister, and her husband and daughter, and it was just a delightful time. We were missing my oldest son because he was working, but I had 5 of my 6 children there, and what a wonderful evening of laughing and telling stories. And my mom, grandma to my kids, she was telling stories, revealing a few more secrets about me as a child than I would have liked, but it was funny. My kids really enjoyed what she was sharing. And just sitting there marinating with good food, good conversation, good people, it just made me realize, took me back to the days when I held each of my children in my arms right after they were born, and being able to look at this creation and looking at their tiny little hands and wondering what beautiful things they were going to do with their hands, and looking at their eyes and wondering what experiences they were going to have that were going to shape them. And in those moments of feeding them and looking at them and changing them and bathing them, I always had this desire that I be the best mother so they could fulfill their mission, their purpose here while they're in this physical body. And I was reminded last night of that intention I had for each of them when they were first born. My oldest daughter is now 22. My youngest son is 10. And last night was a little glimpse of where we've been and where we've come. And it did make me tender and blissful, and recalling the past 6 years that have been really, okay, the last 2 years have been really great, but before that, like the previous 4 years were really rough. And there was so much growth that each of us went through individually. And I was recalling the times when my children would come to me with sadness, cutting. I had 2 of my girls that were cutting themselves, and depression and drugs and anger, and like the extreme of what we are as humans, especially in children, the extreme of sadness. And how in those moments I couldn't ignore it. I couldn't ignore what my children were going through, and we took it head on, looked at it. What's causing your sadness? How can we help you? What about the drug addiction? What things could move them beyond? And it's amazing to me the strength that I had to have, that I look back now looking at as strength. At the time it was like, we're not ignoring this. We're gonna take this on, because if we don't, it's just gonna get worse. And I constantly was reminding my children that what they're going through now as a child, and learning how to deal with and process and develop the skills and tools to be able to deal with these tremendous extreme parts of life. And they were learning these things as children, how amazing it was going to be that they didn't have to learn it as an adult, that they had already built these skills and tools to be able to use in their adult life. And so coming to a point last night and seeing where all of them are at and how they are thriving. They're not without struggle, but they are thriving. They've developed these skills and tools and habits to be able to help them succeed in daily life. And that meant we got to enjoy a beautiful evening together. There was lots of laughing. There was a little bit of play fighting. There was tricks and showing each other's talents. And what a beautiful time. What a beautiful time. So it brings me to the point of recognizing our divinity. And children are the best way to do that, even from a small baby to, they're just so full. Oftentimes they don't care what other people think, they just are. And that, I think that always brings me back to a place of realizing how magnificent we are as humans. And as we try as adults not to forget that. And it's wonderful when we come back to that place. And that's my practice, is to be more in that place of that small child within, because that is our divine. That is who we are. That is the beautiful part that we should let show more. So day 61, beautiful, amazing day. My children help me remind me of my divinity and purpose, and that is beautiful. And part of my purpose is to help their purpose. So, all right, I hope you have a great day. Happy day 61. Here's to new adventures today. And I love you. I love you. We'll talk to you tomorrow.